2018, a bunch of super hardworking people came together with extreme passion, lots of faith, and they wanted to make a film about a hero, Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan. Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan made the supreme sacrifice on the 26/11 Mumbai attacks and in Bombay, and it's not the way he died, but the way he lived that has inspired Mr. 𝐼𝐸𝐥𝐿, which has driven him to write the script and act in the film. So welcome 𝐼𝐸𝐥𝐿 to the major round table. He had a dream, all of us had a dream, but dreams need wings. And I think when Sesh and I went and spoke to Namrata Garu from GMB Entertainment, they gave us the wings. They've been a huge pillar of support and strength for us throughout the journey of making this film and even now. And I would really, really like to thank you, Mahesh sir, for doing everything that you've done for the film, both on screen and off the screen. And of course, Sony Pictures, who have helped us to take this film to the next level. Welcome, Mahesh sir, to the round table. We also have a silent bomb, who is also very aggressive when it comes to the action sequences, but he has a strong hold on emotions as well. He can make you cry, he can make you get goosebumps. So Shashi, the director of the film, is here. Welcome to this round table. We also have a couple of amazing performers in the film. Of course, Major has a great ensemble of amazing actors, but specifically two of them, �𝐒 and 𝐓𝐞𝐿 here. One of the most important things in the 26/11 Mumbai attacks was the hostages. They've displayed great bravery, courage, fear, pain, and it was a very important dimension to the film. And all this was absorbed, distilled, and played by 𝐓𝐿, our very own pan-Indian Telugu actor who's going places. 𝐓𝐿, welcome.
Thank you.
And of course, we have the wonderful 𝐶𝐒 𝐓𝐿. You're a little sick today, but thanks for making it. So Major Sandeep had a wonderful life. He had a crush from the school, and that he eventually got married to. It's a role that has multiple dimensions, sparring 10-15 years, and wonderfully played by 𝐶𝐒. Very mature, yet very bubbly when it needed to be. So I welcome all of you to this major round table. It'll be a very freewheeling chat between all of us.
I came for a freewheeling chat, but then you gave such a formal introduction that I'm like, oh, bloody hell.
Introduction is formal. That's the only thing I have.
This is the Academy Awards. We need to like...
So, sir, Mahesh, sir, I mean, first of all, congratulations on your blockbuster Sarkarwari Pata. I think we're all extremely happy. I think our excitement of Major just doubled with the success of our film.
It's a little bit of a homecoming pride. I genuinely, I'm saying this not because the camera's on, but I felt it even when I messaged you. I think it's one of my favorite performances of yours. Probably my favorite since Poki. So I genuinely felt that. So congratulations, sir. And
thank you.
I'm glad it went really well.
And I think all of us here on the table, sir, you're of course a superstar, and probably all of our experience put together is as good as yours. But can you all share your journey in a minute on how you're here? I think you've all reached a certain point.
You start?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So that the ugly voice is over with?
No, the youngest one. The youngest one.
Okay. Oh, I remember the first time I ever heard Major, I was with mom. And I'm not an easy crier. I don't cry a lot, is what I say normally. And my mom cries really fast. Both of us were crying the same amount when Sesh came and narrated the movie. And I think that's when I knew that I wanted to do this. And the character had so much to do. And after Dabangg, I had not explored myself as an actor that much. And I felt like that gave me the opportunity to do that. And that's how I got here.
Okay, actually, she made me feel good. So.
Shashi, how about your journey?
For me, Major was never... I knew Sesh always wanted to tell the story. And even during Gudachari, he was wanting to make this happen. And a little later, after the release of the film, he said, Shashi, the project is mounted and it's about to take off. Oh, good for you. He said, good కాదు నువ్వు డైరెక్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే నేను చేయటం మనం అనుకున్నాం కదా, తర్వాత కొంచెం బ్రేక్ తీసుకుందాం, ఒకరి నుంచి ఒకరికి అనుకున్నాం కదా అన్న పేరు లేదు
బేసిక్గా దుబ్బే అన్నాడు బ్రో.
నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్, సార్ మీతో పని చేశాక ఎందుకు ఇమీడియట్లీ మళ్ళీ పని చేయొద్దు అనుకుంటారు? ఇస్ ఇట్ బికాస్ యూర్ హార్డ్ వర్కింగ్ ఆర్ ఐ మీన్ హౌ డు యూ టేక్ ఇట్?
I remember we were at the 𝐸𝐤𝐿 audio launch and one of the producers said, "We're calling 𝐶 torture star." Being very honest, I think it has a little bit to do with insecurity. I saw a couple of failures early on in life, and it was very important to me. I don't come from a film background, and if I fall, I always got the sense that there's nobody really to pick me up.
Shobita, same question. A journey from Vizag to
Oh, that's a
Venice.
TED talk. That's not
Vizag to
around.
Hollywood.
It's been great.
Talk in Telugu, na, please.
మై ఫస్ట్ ఫిల్మ్ నాకు రమణ్ రాఘవ్ అని అనురాగ్ కశ్యప్తో నాకు వచ్చిన ఫస్ట్ ఫిల్మ్ అండ్ అది నాకు చాలా మంచి ఇట్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్డ్ మీ టు 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 సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ పికప్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ దట్ మూవ్ మీ దట్ 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 మీన్స్ సంథింగ్ టు మీ ఆ జర్నీలో. అండ్ ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ నా ఫస్ట్ మూవీ అయిన సంవత్సరానికి ఐ హ్యాపీ టు స్పీక్ టు 𝐶 అండ్ 𝐸𝐤𝐿 సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఫెల్ ఇన్ టు ప్లేస్. అండ్ ఆ మూవీ చేస్తున్న టైంలో ఐ సా 𝐶 obsess over Sandeep Unnikrishnan. He was just a person that he was just tripping on. And there was no context. And I was like, oh, good for you.
Good for you.
Kani dan tarvata, I think, to see the project come together and to find the opportunity to be a part of it. అంటే ఒక తెలుగు అమ్మాయి అయి ఉండి ఒక తెలుగులో మూవీ చేయడంలో there is immense pleasure. And there is, my parents enjoy it far more, So I feel good about it, and obviously it's a story of the human spirit, not so much about. And he's actually somebody from Kerala. He's been through a bunch of places through the country, so I don't think he's really rooted to one place as much as his feet are on the ground. It's like one foot in the clouds and one foot on the ground. He lived his life like that, and it's a privilege to play someone like Pramoda.
సార్ మీరు మేజర్ సినిమా చూసారు, వాట్ వాజ్ యువర్ రియాక్షన్ అనాలా? అంటే చాలా హౌ డు యూ ఫీల్? అంటే చాలా రొటీన్ గా ఉంటుంది కానీ
Like I said, first I have to thank you and Anurag. ఎందుకంటే when you all came up to Namta and said 𝐶 has this idea of Major, and so I admired their work before. I loved 𝐸𝐤𝐿. It was, with just immense respect. And I didn't think even రెండో ఆలోచన కూడా లేదు, నువ్వు చెప్పంగానే ఓకే చేసేద్దాం. Because I think it's probably the first time that I'm associated with a film where I'm not acting.
Correct.
So I don't know why I felt good about it so instantly. And after that, when I knew it was a film on Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan, I felt really happy because I knew they were going to do justice for the film. But then I never really sat with them for discussions. I didn't know what was happening. You know it. You were sitting and talking to Namta, I think, more than anything else. So he met me when the trailer and the promo was ready, I think. It was somewhere before the second lockdown, if I'm not
No, sir. Actually, మనం first.
This was in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That discussion అయింది, sir.
So that's when he showed me the trailer of the film. I think the teaser. Yeah. That's when I knew that, we were making something really nice. And I was really happy. And then we all went into a lockdown again. And so then I was immersed with my own film. I really didn't know what was happening with you all. So everything was getting delayed for all of us. And then, so when I saw the film for the first time, so I knew you guys were making it. But then at the same time, I was a little nervous because it's a very responsible film, what we were making. So it's a biopic. It's a very important film, what we were making. At the same time, we need to entertain the people. So that was my only, I was a little, because this is the first time I'm watching the film. So. And then I saw the film. And I was amazed, first of all, in the kind of budgets you all had to make a film like that. It blew my mind. The responsibility was there. Making a biopic is not easy. And really, hats off to these guys. They were really amazing. They were in character. And everything was looking perfect in the film. And especially the last half an hour of the film. I have to again speak about that film. Because that's when something clicks in your mind that, yes, they got it right. And that's when I came out, sat. I walked out, by the way, without saying anything to this guy. I don't know what was happening in his head. Because after the film got over, I just walked out silently. And these guys came after 5 minutes, I think. So I sat quietly and I said, then I shook his hand. I said, you all made a good film. And then I think that's when he felt really good. I mean, I sincerely wish 𝐍𝐄𝐿 𝐓𝐞𝐥𝐮 and Prakash Raj also were sitting here. Because I think once when Sesh was sitting there showing me the promo, he just told me that this is the story of the mother and the father. This is not my story. This is their story. This is 𝐍𝐿 and Prakash Raj's story. The screen time might not be much, but actually it's their story. And if the audience connect to that, I mean, that hits your heart.
Part of the reason that happened, I think, is also because we heard of all of Major Sandeep's life initially from Uncle and Auntie. I call her Amma now. And it just naturally, organically lent itself to this idea that the way they told us the story, we wanted them to tell the world. And that's how it just ended up becoming that same idea. And so many lines in the film are literally Telugu translations or Hindi translations of what Uncle told me in English. ఒక మూమెంట్లో ఆయనకు అంత దేశభక్త అని నేను మేజర్ సందీప్ గురించి అడిగితే దేశభక్త అని అడిగారు. లిసన్, బార్డర్లో ఆర్మీ ఎలా ఫైట్ చేయాలి, ఇండియా క్రికెట్ మ్యాచ్ ఎలా గెలవాలి, ఇవన్నీ అందరికీ ఉంటాయి, అందరికీ దేశభక్తి ఉంటుంది. మై సన్ వాజ్ బియాండ్ దట్. He thought soldiers are the ones who protect these people who have deshbhakti. That's all minchindi adi. So that became the entire drive for the teaser's dialogues. This word-to-word conversation became the teaser. And అందులో వచ్చిన question, what does it mean to be a soldier anade, that answer became Jaan Dunga Deshni. You can take everything from me, you can take my last breath, you can take my energy, you can take everything from me, but no matter what, the country stays, the country is safe, the fabric of the country remains. He wanted to be in the Navy originally. They rejected him because of his eyesight. So immediately he'd applied to the army. Idantha kuda uncle and auntie teliyakunda anamata. So this man, and he'd joke with them, ma na tondarga pelli chese malli eppudu untanu teliyadu. That's the kind of jokes he would crack. And we have this lovely purse thing in the film that came from Auntie's real experience, except it was with her cold cream box. Cold cream box manaki ardham kaapodani jewelry purse pettaru.
We changed it to jewelry purse.
But cold cream box, pratisari whenever Major Sandeep would be visiting, it would go missing. And auntie ki ardhamedi kadu. And after he was gone, ఆయన బిలాంగింగ్స్ అన్ని ఆర్మీ వాళ్ళు ఇంటికి తెచ్చారు. అండ్ షీ ఫౌండ్ లైక్ 10 boxes. Ultimately, this film is about how he lived.
Exactly, yeah.
What's most amazing to me is that ordinary people, when they're put in extraordinary situations, how they react, makes them immortal or not. Like Major Sandeep Unnikrishnan was like anybody else, but ఒక క్రైసిస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ క్రైసిస్లో ద కెపాసిటీ, ద హ్యూమన్ కెపాసిటీ టు బీ సెల్ఫ్లెస్, దట్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రాడినరీ. అది ఇట్స్ నాట్ అన్ ఇన్స్టింక్ట్, దట్స్ వెరీ న్యాచురల్ టు మోస్ట్. అది నాకు చాలా, ఐ ఫైండ్ ఇట్ అమేజింగ్, అండ్ దట్స్ వై హీ మస్ట్ బీ సెలబ్రేటెడ్ సో మచ్.
The way people just started coming together on this film. అంటే sir, I'll openly say it, మీరు నమ్రత గారు, you trusted us before we told you a script. ఎందుకంటే మా కళలో ప్యాషన్ కానివ్వండి, మాటల్లో ఫీలింగ్ కానివ్వండి, నమ్మారు. అనురాగ్ శరత్ ట్రస్టెడ్ మీ బిఫోర్ ఐ ఫినిష్డ్ మై సెంటెన్స్. అండ్ దెన్ Sony came on board and announced the project before they'd heard a script, which they've never done. They've never done that before. All of this because it's just some faith in how we are thinking about this.
When you believe in something, the universe conspires to make it happen. That's always the thing which I believe.
For me, the biggest lock was parents ni ela. The idea that you need somebody Hindilo baga telsi manishi, Telugulo baga telsi manishi, and somebody can carry that weight. And then రేవతి గారు, when she started acting on set, that expression that connected me, you mentioning it to me cinema చూసిన తర్వాత.
Yeah, there's that one expression of hers.
In the climax.
It was phenomenal. I mean, that's what I keep mentioning it to him, because the expression of hers was, I can't explain it. It just,
And it's very difficult emotion.
When you see that expression, you forget yourself, where your consciousness just comes out and it connects with that expression. So very few actors can do that. And I think very few emotions can do that. So those are the things which happen when I see it. It's very rarely it's happened to me.
ఒక మూమెంట్లో ఫోన్ చేసి సార్ ఇది సోనీ వాళ్ళు ఓటీటీ అనుకోవచ్చేమో నాకు భయంగా ఉంది. సోనీ వాళ్ళు అనలే పాపం, ఓటీటీ అనుకోవచ్చేమో నాకు భయంగా ఉంది అంటే నో క్వశ్చన్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్, దిస్ ఇస్ అ థియేట్రికల్ ఫిల్మ్ అని సార్ నాతో అన్నారు. గుర్తుంది లేదు నాకు. అది అనగానే యూ గెట్ దట్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ బికాస్ యూ లైక్ ఓకే, దిస్ హెస్ బిన్ అ బిగ్ స్క్రీన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ డిజైన్ ఫర్ ద బిగ్ స్క్రీన్. సో వాట్ లేట్గా వచ్చినా బుల్లెట్ దిగాలి కదా. సో
3 డైలాగ్ చేసేసాడు.
సరే మార్కెటింగ్ కదా. సో ఇట్ వాస్ జస్ట్ దిస్ ఐడియా దట్ we are going for the big screen, and the funny thing is, in one moment when we'd announced Major for July 2nd, before the second lockdown, Shershaah got announced for July 2nd. So we're like, what's going on? And then
అదే అప్పుడు నీకు తెలియదు ఏంటంటే ఇంకొక వేవ్ కూడా వచ్చింది. అప్పుడు నేను వీళ్ళందరూ ఫోన్ చేశాను, అసలు శేష్ని రిలీజ్ డేట్లో అనౌన్స్ చేద్దామని చెప్తున్నాను. రిలీజ్ డేట్లు చెప్తుంటే కోవిడ్ లెవెల్ వస్తున్నాయి.
చాలా సేఫ్ గా మేము సినిమా ఎంత పెట్టుకున్నాం.
అంటే ఎప్పుడు షార్ట్ శేష్ కథ చెప్పినప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు షార్ట్ చూసినా అది ఒక 70 mm మీద కనిపించేది, కానీ నాకు చిన్న తెర మీద ఎప్పుడు ఐ కెన్ నెవర్ ఇమాజిన్ దట్.
It's common sense. When you're making films for the TV, there's a way of making for it.
Correct.
When you're making for the big screen, they've made it for the big screen, so you can't release it on OTT. So it's not meant to be on OTT.
నైజాం గురించి ఒక ప్రామిస్ చెప్పారు నాకు, అది నేను రేజ్ అయిపోయా అక్కడి నుంచి. ఇంకా అక్కడి నుంచి అసలు మాట తీరు, ఆలోచన తీరు అవన్నీ మారిపోయాయి అనమాట నాకు నైజాం గురించి. సో దట్ ఆల్సో హ్యాపెండ్ ఇన్ అ వెరీ వెరీ నైస్ వే.
And I think Sai and Shobita, I think both of your characters were very, very intense. More than the screen time, I think మీరు సినిమాలోని హాస్టేజ్ ఎమోషన్ మొత్తం తీసుకుని మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుని మీకున్న టైంలో మీరు చెప్పడం కానీ, for you to be such probably the youngest person of our team, but playing Major Sandeep's wife, displaying those very subtle emotions which you did, in the couple of scenes. How did you get into the character, both of you? Like, what did it take for you to do what you did?
When I was playing a 16-year-old, it didn't take anything. I was just myself. I mean, I'll sound like it now. But I feel like for the older portions, I remember me being me on set and Sage being like, zone. And I was like, what's the zone he's talking about? Let's try and see what it is. And then I think, because he kept saying, let's go into the zone. And I was like, let me see what zone is. Figure out what zone is.
ఏంటి జోన్ ఏంటి చెప్పచ్చు కదా. జోన్
ఆ అమ్మాయి ఇన్స్టా ఫోటో అంటుండే సార్.
How did you dub in Telugu? How was that?
జోన్.
No, I'm kidding. There was a mention of the zone even while there was, no?
Zone.
Yeah, but the dubbing in Telugu was actually that's what's done this to me. No, I'm kidding. But it was really fun. It was taxing. I didn't know what I was saying, but I was saying it. And then eventually I figured out what I was saying. By the end of the dubbing, I knew exactly what I was saying. Now if you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me to say my dialogues from Major, I'll say them like I know them forever.
For one thing, it's really a point of pride, and I have to thank Shashi on this. It's a real point of pride that every actor in this film, Prakash Raj sir, Revati ma'am, myself, Shobita, Sai, Murli Sharma garu, Anish, every actor, character, lead, they dubbed for themselves in Telugu, they dubbed for themselves in Hindi, no matter how long it took. Prakash Raj garu dubbed for 12 days for this film.
Really? Prakash Raj for 12 days?
Yeah.
I need to call the guy now. 12 days?
So,
Okay.
How did you get into the character? How was the journey for you as an actor, purely?
I feel like certain things like comedy, horror, a character like this, they will land only when there is spontaneity. And I mean, if I were to play it like I choreographed it beforehand, ante neela chesta ee body language untundani, then I think it becomes very contained, very clear. Kani bhayam vesinapudu na okasari ala react avutana naake teliyadu. I may scream, I may withdraw. So I think I had to leave that space to find it, our instincts. And I mean, వీటికి reference point ఉండదు. I could only imagine, and because it's a real person, ఎవరి మీద అయితే ఈ క్యారెక్టర్ బేస్ అయిందో I had to be sensitive and responsible such that there is no streak of pretense. Na tarapu nunchi that was the thing that I knew, that I don't want to wing it.
కానీ నువ్వంటే ఒక జెలసీ ఉండాలబ్బా. ఏంటో చెప్తాను. ఆ అమ్మాయి కష్టపడి 4 టేకులు తీసుకుంటేది, నేను కష్టపడి 6 టేకులు తీసుకుంటాను. ఇది అన్ని 1 టేక్ 2 టేక్స్. హిందీ అనేది జమ్మని హిందీ అమ్మాయిలో మాట్లాడే, తెలియని జమ్మని తెలుగు. మనకేంటంటే హిందీ కొంచెం 2 టేకులు పడేది, తెలుగు 1 టేకులు అయిపోయింది. తనకు మాత్రం అన్ని 1 టేక్ లేదు.
కానీ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు సే దిస్ ఆన్ కెమెరా, తెలుగు ఏడుపు హిందీ ఏడుపు వేరుగా ఉంది.
శేష్ తెలుగులో వేయడం అనేవాడికి హిందీ అంటే ఏం లేదు సార్. ఇప్పుడు ఒక
తెలుగులో బ్రైట్ గా ఏడవాలి కొంచెం.
we actually had her scale up sensibilities for
రాజస్థాన్కి పరాకాష్ఠం.
ఐ రిమెంబర్ దిస్ వన్ డే ఆన్ సెట్. నేను వెళ్ళేసరికి చాలా ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ లో ఉంది. ఏమైంది అంటే హిందీ ఏంది తెలుగు అవ్వట్లేదు, ఎందుకు అంటే అలానే చేస్తున్నా వద్దంటున్నాడు. ఎందుకంటే తెలుగులో బ్రైట్ గా వేయడం అంటుంది, బ్రైట్ గా వేయడం ఉంది. చాలా ఫ్రస్ట్రేషన్ సార్ సెట్ లో. వన్ థింగ్ దట్ ఐ అబ్జర్వ్ పర్సనలీ సార్, టీమ్ లో అందరూ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ ద కెమెరా, కానీ ఎవ్రీవన్ వర్క్ విత్ ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్ ఆనెస్టీ సార్. అంటే దట్ వాస్ ద ఓన్లీ డ్రైవింగ్ ఫోర్స్. సినిమా చూస్తుంటే ఎందుకు ఒక మ్యాజిక్ కనిపిస్తుంది అంటే ఈ ఆనెస్టీ, ఆథెంటిసిటీ అక్కడ రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అవుతున్నట్టు అనిపించింది సార్.
I just want to add a small thing. And I think the simple fact that we were all fans of Sandeep Unnikrishnan, his life, his journey. I think there was a certain sanctity, and we felt like our inconveniences or our personal differences even, they had to be settled in honor of his journey. So adoka holiness to chesinde. So there's a certain emotional attachment that everybody felt.
సో మాకు ఒక టెన్షన్ మూమెంట్ జరిగింది చెప్తాను సార్. May 9th ట్రైలర్ లాంచ్, May 8th ఈవినింగ్ ఇంటికి వచ్చి మీకు సినిమా చూపిస్తున్నాం. ఇంకా మిక్సింగ్ జరుగుతున్న టైంలో మీకు చూపించాం కాబట్టి సౌండ్ సగం వినిపించక ఉంది. అదో టెన్షన్. ఆ టెన్షన్తో పాటు ఏంటంటే సినిమా అయిపోగానే మీరు వెళ్ళిపోయారు. అండ్ మీ అండ్ శరత్ ఆర్ లైక్, వెయిట్, వాట్ జస్ట్ హ్యాపెండ్, యునో, big man trusted us for a couple of years, like what's going on? We thought we have a great film on our hand and he's not said anything.
Namrata garu was still there. We all looked at each other
and she's happy with the film. She's got tears in her eyes from the climax. She's looking at, it's a great film, అంటే మమ్మల్ని ఓదారిస్తున్నారు ఈవిడ, ఏంటి పరిస్థితి నరమ్మో, ఓదారిపోతుందా ఏంటి పరిస్థితి అని. శరత్ ఏమో నన్ను చూసి, డోంట్ వరీ, మీకు ఆప్టిమిస్టిక్. మాకు టెన్షన్ పట్టేసింది. అండ్ దెన్ మేము మెల్లగా బయటకు లౌంజ్ లోకి వచ్చాము. అక్కడ కూర్చొని మీరు ఇలా చూసారు, యువర్ ఐస్ వర్ లిటిల్ రెడ్. అంటే దాని సినిమా వల్ల అనుకుంటున్నాను, హోప్ఫుల్లీ ఇట్ వాజంట్ డస్ట్ ఆర్ సంథింగ్. అండ్ దెన్ అప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పాల్సిన మాటలు చెప్పారు. అండ్ యునో that was just like winning an award, you know. Sense of confidence for me comes only from 2 sets of people. One is Major Sandeep's parents and the other was you. Genuine. You know, ఆ తర్వాత మీరు చెప్పింది అస్సలు, that night it was so bloody amazing. అమ్మానంత కూర్చొని ఇలా చెప్తుండే, ఇలా సార్ అన్నారు, ఇలా అన్నారు. It all comes from that నమ్మకం.
Which is something I want to ask you, sir. మీరు ఒక సినిమా చూసినప్పుడు ఎలా చూస్తారు? I mean, do you judge a film or you just audience like?
I just watch it like an audience.
Your tweets are bang on.
I watch it like an audience. I don't watch it like an actor or a director or anything. I just watch it like an audience because I'm a film lover and I tweet what I feel. That's it.
Sashi, how did you achieve the grandeur, the scale? Because it's not easy.
Yeah. Grandeur ki we had 7 sets వేసాం Taj ki, and then we have shot in every 5-star hotel including this one. So ఈ 5-star hotels layout మొత్తం మనకి చెప్తాం. సో ప్రతి హోటల్ ని ఇన్ అండ్ అవుట్ రెకీ చేసి తాజ్ లా కనిపించే బ్లాక్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుని వాటికి వెళ్ళి వాటిని షూట్ చేసి తర్వాత ఇంకా కంప్లీట్గా తాజ్లా కనిపించాలి. అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ చాయిస్ టు మేక్, యాక్షన్ అక్కడ తీసుకోవాలి. 5 సెట్స్కి వెళ్ళి ఆ సెట్ కంటిన్యూటీ మళ్ళీ యాక్షన్ కంటిన్యూటీ తగ్గట్టు సెట్స్ వేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాం. సో ఐ థింక్ దట్స్ వై యూ హ్యావ్ ద గ్రాండ్యూర్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫిల్మ్ దట్ పాప్డ్ అవుట్.
The first 30 to 40 minutes were crucial for us. ఎందుకంటే our goal was to present Major Sandeep as the boy next door. So ఈయనకి అమ్మా నాన్న, చైల్డ్హుడ్ క్రష్, ఫ్రెండ్స్, షాపింగ్ సెంటర్లో ఐస్ క్రీములు తింటారు, we wanted to present this very innocent, simple thing. Maybe even have people question, wait, I just came to see the film of a great man. Why are you showing me such small, simple, tight things? There's nothing expansive. There's nothing brilliant about this. What is it? Our goal was to say, even something, a small scene like him having kheer with his mom, our goal was that ties into something much deeper and much larger in the second half. So the 7 or 8 scenes that we have in the first 35 minutes, each of those connects to Major Sandeep's decisions as we approach the interval towards the second half. It's almost like oka side na 30 years of a life and oka side na 36 hours of an attack. They just collide.
I want to ask you, like, is there a dream role you may do, you may not do? Just
I
to
wouldn't say a dream
fantasize.
role. It's been my dream to work with 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐺, sir. It's been a long-awaited dream, and so it's coming true finally.
That's amazing.
So I'm really excited with that. And so my question to all of you guys, it's not a question. I mean, it's an amazing team. First of all, really proud of all of you guys. How are you guys feeling about it?
I think it's a wonderful dream debut for us, for me as producers, me and Anurag. But I'm very worried because I don't know if after this film, ఇలాంటి సినిమా ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందో నాకు తెలియదు. Like నేను ఇంకో సినిమా కూడా మేము ఏం సైన్ చేయలేము. నాకు తెలియదు మళ్ళీ ఇలాంటి క్వాలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఫిల్మ్ చేయగలమా అని.
People see what a great life this man lived. Obviously, when you're capturing 31 years of a life in 2 hours, you have limitations. You're taking 5 scenes that happened in 5 different instances in his life and making it into one scene. You're creating scenes because you're trying to find the spirit of him and trying to tell it in a 2-hour narrative. When you set all that aside, it is probably the toughest and the most rewarding journey I've ever had in film.
Now that's another thing which I have to give it to you guys, because when Sharad told me that what's going to be the publicity campaign, so he said they're going to screen the film. I think that was very innovative. That was very brave, because I think that shows the faith of the team. I mean, that's an amazing decision.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు మీరు మేజర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేశారు. What are your plans with GMV, sir, after major?
I'm very associated only with my films, to be very honest. If I get excited in the future with films like Major, maybe, but it won't be a regular practice.
Right.
So with my films, yes.
Yeah.
So I think these guys.
That's something special, huh? That's something really special.
Yeah.